match point for Team Liquid right now. That's big, but I want to point out, one of those 1.5 points from Hikaru Nakamura, that resulted from a win as well. A decisive result for Team Falcons is very much still on the cards.
Hikaru's been in this situation before, right? He was trailing Magnus after that first round loss and made his comeback. He got that win in and he did it convincingly with the black pieces in the King's Indian defense. Can he do it again is the big question. If anybody can in the world, will they back to the wall, facing the goat, facing Magnus Carlsen? It is this guy, it is Hikaru Nakamura. He's got to channel all his belief. He cannot rely on that last game with white. He has to make the most of it now. Magnus, make sure that there is no King's Indian defense on the board in Game 5.
Exactly, that's got to be the #1 goal, right? If you were able to play the King's Indian again and you could just blitz everything out, presumably if you're Hikaru, you'd love that right now.
Exactly. Hikaru said his match strategy, his game plan was aggression. He showed it in his previous black game, King's Indian defense. Let's face it, crushed Magnus Carlsen, but will he be crushing his key come the end of the day? That depends on the next 2 games. It's the 4 knights variation here. The 4 knights Spanish with the bishops coming out, mimicking each other. Game of copycat so far. We'll see both sides castle. And Magnus, he tends to use this variation, at least he used it recently at the Norway Chess Super Tournament, if he wants a draw. Knight takes pawn now, and this game could fizzle out very quickly. Is this Magnus Carlsen saying to Hikaru, I'm going to bank this half point, I'm going to get so close to my goal, you have to win the next one on demand?
Magnus just took a big lesson from that last loss. Don't go into Hikaru Nakamura's territory, don't allow him those complex battles where tactics are all across the board.
Right.
And Hikaru just had a crushing performance in that game with black. This one, none of that would happen. Look at the pawn formation, absolutely identical on both sides of the board. Opposite color bishop as well. We're going to be seeing a lot of trades on those 2 open lines at the center. Magnus is happy to take this, navigate this to the draw, and he's saying, Hikaru, you'll play white next one. Let's see what you've got.
Yeah, there's a bit of respect going on here. Not wanting anything untoward to happen, recognizing that Hikaru is perfectly capable of causing him those sort of problems. At the same time, though, because of the scoreboard pressure, not only can he afford to do this, it's a bit aggressive as well. I don't need anything to happen. You're the one that needs something to happen. Go on, show me.
And until this last couple of moves, the queen trade now, this is how I played chess as a youngster, copycat chess, and the black rook is about to slide across, just minor pieces left, opposite color bishops. That is all the ingredients for a draw. Wow, sprinting out here in Game 5, Magnus Carlsen, he wants this one to be over. He wants to save his energy for the all-important final clash, Game 6.
And I think I know what you wanted to point out. Just a few moves ago, the position completely mirroring, Black's pieces placed exactly as Magnus's was. Magnus playing copycat chess. A few differences right now, but nothing drastically changed. And we see the e-file tension does come on. More copycat chess on the board. totally not aware of this.
I mean, you could tell, because if either Magnus or Hikaru were aware of it,
We'd have a reaction.
we'd be seeing the heads shaking. We'd visibly see
head
the
smash,
frustration.
maybe
Yeah,
a
the
middle
head
smash.
Exactly. Missed opportunities. Even Carlsen, when he misses an opportunity, even if he's winning, if he spots he played a bad move, 2 moves later, you can see the frustration on his face. There's none of that right now. I don't think either player saw it.
Wow, and it does show they are mortal, they are human, these two players, despite how fantastic and consistent their results are. I'm going to say one small word of caution. Hikaru is the one who has to be a bit on alert here, just because his pawns are split. There we go, he pushes one forward. He's going to try and trade off the whole of the queen side, the whole of the left flank. White's king is slightly more advanced than the black king as well, so Magnus is the only one who can win this endgame, but ultimately with correct defense should be level now.
And the good point is that the clocks are level as well, so Magnus will not be able to play on that time advantage, because these end games, you're down to that minute, 2 minutes on the clock, the pressure builds up, you keep holding it until you can't against Magnus Carlsen. We've seen that storyline, but I think this one, a player like Hikaru, he's got this. He does go on the attack, puts pressure on the B3 pawn, and I think we might see even more trades. Takes pawn with something, annoys Hikaru.
Do get a little bit worried sometimes, though, because you're right. You keep piling the pressure on, especially when your opponent doesn't have very much time on the clock. I feel like, especially in classical chess, Carlsen can do that when his opponent still has an hour on the clock. He almost doesn't need the time advantage to be able to do that. But look at how centralized that king is. If the rooks are tied up, defending the pawns on the c file, Carlsen's king is so much more active, so much more centralized.
Here we go, the position's starting to repeat itself. This is the second time we've seen this one. Problem is, if the white king steps forward, the black king also moves forward to block. Will Magnus play on, or will he agree to the draw here now?
I think he plays on. I think Magnus pushes this one. With 5 minutes on the clock, if he slides the rook over, that is a draw offer. But Magnus knows it's risk-free. King super active, rook super active. He's gonna play this.
Thinking about it, isn't he?
He's gonna play this.
Look at him.
I don't know, he wants the draw.
it doesn't.
Oh. And a draw it is. Number 5 of this semi-final is in the books, but you saw the scores on your screen. Magnus Carlsen, 3. Hikaru Nakamura, 2, and that means